Time now to take you through the papers. Here with me reviewing them this morning are the broadcaster and journalist Afia Hagan and former editor of the Daily Star, Dawn Leeson. So welcome back to both of you. Let's get stuck in again, shall we, into some of these inside pages. Afia, you're going to kick us off. And this is the story about Tiger Woods and his tampon prank, in inverted commas.
Yes, so this is one that's definitely been making the rounds, so to speak. So this was yesterday. Tiger Woods was making his comeback. He was playing a match with one of his friends who was also playing in the match as well. Tiger Woods won, and at the end of the match, you see him walking away, sharing a bit of a joke with his friend, and he hands him a tampon. Well, we didn't actually see that. We didn't see what it was he was giving him, but zooming in, you can see that he hands him a tampon. Now, the inference is that his friend hit the ball or played like a woman. And a lot of people are saying, look, this is just a bit ridiculous. It's a bit crass. It's a bit of an old school joke. It's a bit misogynistic to be kind of making these jokes. And let's remember, you know, you still have loads of golf clubs that are women only and that were women only up until a couple of years ago. And a lot of people saying, look, women aren't really respected in this sport, and that's why these kind of attitudes still aren't very funny at all. And at first, Tiger Woods didn't quite seem to get why what he did was wrong, but later on he did apologise for making this joke. But I just don't think it has landed that well.
Yeah, he said, if I offended anybody in any way, shape or form, I'm sorry. It wasn't intended to be that way. It's just we play pranks on one another all the time, and virally it didn't come across that way. Let's move to the Express front page, shall we, Dawn? They focus on the BBC and what the Director General, Tim Davies, been saying.
Yeah, this was astonishing, Anna. I can't quite believe the arrogance of this myself. This is our BBC boss, Tim Davies, is the Director General, and he gave a speech to staff during the week, applauding the BBC's plan of forcing people to pay the £159 licence fee. It's a lot of money these days, saying it was truly amazing that the BBC was pulling this particular trick off. I mean, hello, talk about actually sort of like, you know, not actually listening to what people are saying out here at the moment. And the sheer arrogance of it, forcing people to pay a tax for a TV service most people aren't even watching today. And then there's the whole debate about forcing people over the age of 75 who currently get a free licence, threatening them they might have to start paying. My mum's got a lot to say on this issue. And it also comes in the same week that the BBC chairman, Richard Sharp, that's Boris's mate, in case anyone's forgotten, has blasted the fee, saying that it's unfair, and most of the people that prosecute for it are women. So the sheer sort of like not reading the room arrogance of what Tim Davies had to say is just mind-blowing. So fair play to the Express for sticking it on the front page, and the Daily Star have also done it as well by calling him the Burke of the Beeb, which is quite nice.
Yeah, and a lot of fans of the BBC, of course, but the questions over whether or not, you know, the way it's funded it will change or not continues to be debated. And exactly. On the front page of the Express. Okay, let's take a look at the Mirror now, I think, Afia. We're talking about the impact. Is it the impact of the cost of living on pubs? Is that the reason that so many are having to close?
Well, it is the impact of the cost of living crisis, but it's also about changing habits. Since COVID, not as many people going to pubs as they used to, and that means that 30% of pubs could go bust in the next year. 50 pubs in England and Wales closed for good last month, and there's been an 85% drop in energy support as well. You've got about 39,000 pubs remaining in England and Wales, but a lot of pubs saying that over the last 6 months, the pressure due to the rising cost of energy bills means that they simply cannot afford to keep their doors open. And like I said, because of changing habits as well, since the COVID crisis, many people not using pubs as much as they used to, which means that 30% of, like I said, of pubs could go bust next year. And this was a survey that was done by the British Beer and Pub Association, the British Institute of Innkeeping and UK Hospitality. Also says that 66% of pubs don't have enough cash to see them through the next 6 months. So like I said, a culmination of issues: the cost of living crisis, huge energy bills, and then support for those energy bills being withdrawn, and then changing habits, people not using pubs as much as they used to, means that a lot of them are going bust. And pubs are, you know, in a lot of communities, the centre of the community. Lots of people used to go and used to use them, and now not so much. And it's a real shame that you have these public houses going out of business, and of course people losing their livelihoods, but people also losing kind of the centre of communities as well.
Yeah, so worrying for publicans, but local communities as well in many cases. Dawn, take us to The Guardian. Male contraception.
I love this story. Something for the weekend, boys. If you're not going to the pub, you can stay at home and have some fun. Because there is a new contraceptive pill that is being researched that, if taken before sex, shows promise. They're the words there. And the other thing that's slightly worrying is it's only been tested on mice. This is a study that's being reported in the Nature Communications Journal that is basically researching another way, apart from condoms and vasectomy, that men can control their own fertility. Now, Anna, we have talked about this for decades, and it's never actually happened. And the reason scientists say that men aren't particularly keen on this is because side effects may be quite high. And now, while women are willing to put up with all sorts of side effects, we've all been there, girls, we know this, because we're the ones that bear the brunt of the pregnancy. Men are thinking, nah, get a bit of headache, bit of bloating, not doing that. So they probably aren't as keen as we are on taking the pill. And the other thing with this, Anna, it's like a male contraception. You take it just before sex, right? Okay. So how many men are going to be thinking, oh, right, I'm going to go and take my pill now? And how many women are going to go, oh, yeah, darling, I'm sure you've taken your pill. I really believe you. I mean, look, as I said, it's been tested on mice and it seems to work on mice, but I'm not holding my breath on this one.
Okay, one to watch. Always interesting to have a good chat about it over breakfast as well. Okay, and let's move on. This is Pancakes. From with complete change of subject, I fear. Which paper is this? This is the Daily Mail, isn't it?
Yes, and this is cost of living crisis again, but now it seems that it's going to affect Pancake Day, because the price of essential ingredients for getting your Pancake Day ingredients has gone up. So for people who are celebrating Shrove Tuesday, or just like pancake any time of the year like I do, you face paying about £1.40 for flour, eggs, butter, sugar and milk to make 12 pancakes. Now that is a jump of 36% more expensive than it was last year, or the same ingredients would have cost you £1.03. And that's due to cost of living crisis, like I said, and the rise of essential ingredients. So milk, for instance, has gone up by 50%, and a kilogram of sugar has also gone up by 47%. So £1.40 still isn't a huge amount of money, but it's the fact that it's gone up so much, 36%, to get those essential ingredients for Pancake Day.
Oh, what a shame, yeah, because it's one of my favourite days, Pancake Day.
Me too.
Anyway, we're out of time. Afia and Dawn, always good to have you with me going through the papers. Thanks so much, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.